Easwar. I think the point that Sumanth Raman was also trying to raise, and after that I'll go to Kailash Adhikari, Rahul, is this, that, if it is just about allowing prayers once a week or twice a week or even every day, as it used to happen before 1991-92, then that is not something that the Muslim side has a problem with. But they are all saying that this is just a precursor to A, claiming that structure that was recovered as a shivling, B, installing that shivling, and eventually saying that a temple existed there and that temple needs to be revived. There's no place for the Gyanvapi Masjid.
Saka, I partially agree with what Sumanji said. I'm a Hindu activist, so I know the pulse, how it is going to progress in a certain way. That's the reason why I didn't sugarcoat and I didn't want to be disingenuous. I wanted to be honest. That's the reason why I was being forthright. Even back in 1990s, it was Swami Chinmayananda who first put forward the idea. Then Shankaracharyas came. Then 3 temples or 3 Janmasthan were given special sensitivities. There may be other minor voices regarding other temples, somebody in West Bengal and somebody in other places, but 3 are the core demands of Hindu community or the major Hindu organizations. That's the reason why there is a natural progression. But I understand, as a strong Gandhian and a watcher of Hindu-Muslim unity, our Muslim brothers have their own inhibitions, have their own, their own sadness. We respect and we accept that. That's the reason why some kind of conciliation should be there. That's the reason why I request Maulana Sahib, with great respect, had Mahatma Gandhi been alive, or Maulana Azad been alive, he would have called us both for some kind of a conciliation. He would have called all the Hindu-Muslim communities, and inshallah, we can arrive at such a consensus and avoid any kind of confrontation. There may be hardliners in all community, in my community, your community, and all community. They may be taking advantage of these issues. Nobody is denying the fact. But at the same point of time, the moderate voices want peace. At the same point of time, they want temple and mosque and some kind of harmony to be there. That's the reason why it's a nuanced debate. We are not attending any kind of school debate where one side wins and the other side loses. We want some kind of peace, consensus, and at the end of the day, harmony to be there along with temple and mosque.
Let me ask Kailash Adhikari, what happened during the Ayodhya movement, at that time the government and of course the BJP was in and out of power at that time. It waited patiently for the apex court verdict. The apex court went into the entire gamut of that issue and decided on the title, ownership, and what exactly or who exactly has claims to that complex. That took 30 years for that verdict to come through. In this case, again, as the Muslim side was saying earlier on in the program, they have access to High Court after this and then Supreme Court after that. Are we looking at another 30 years where another Ayodhya has been created?
Saka, that only a time will say. We are not soothsayers. But we have a judiciary in our country and the law will follow its own course. The Supreme Court has also taken cognizance of this particular matter, but it has left that till the time the decision by the lower court does not, that is procedure, the Supreme Court, the apex court, will not interfere into it. Now, whether it will take a decade, 2 decades, or 3 decades, that only time will tell. But yes, I can only say that the law will follow its own course, and if the courts find merit in the petition filed by the petitioners, then naturally it will go in their favor.
So, Sumanth Raman, final word. Ultimately, if this restricts itself to the right to worship, which is a fundamental right under Article 25, then are liberal Hindus like you okay with that? Because I'm not sure where this fear of change of the nature of place of worship is coming from.
Yeah, I think, Zaka, the fundamental concern that everybody has is that the law will follow its own course. When anybody says the law will follow its own course, it has an ominous kind of meaning in India. What people want to see is justice to be done, not necessarily that the law follows its own slow, meandering course. The point is, there are 2 simple things. The petitioner, who was there a few moments ago, very clearly said that they would lay claim to the shivling. So they are not talking in terms of shifting to another location, assuming it to be a shivling. They are not talking in terms of saying we only want rights of worship as existed before 1993 to be restored. They are clearly saying that this place needs to be converted into a temple. Now, they haven't said it explicitly in so many words today, but the petitioner was very categorical. She did not say, no, we will take the shivling to another place and build a temple there. That will solve the issue completely. I don't think the Muslim side will have any problem with the shivling being taken to another place and a temple being built there. So
Okay,
this issue is
let me
political.
ask
Let's not
Maulana
even kid
Qadri.
ourselves, Zaka. This is a political issue,
Yeah.
and the idea is to keep it simmering and up the ante closer to 2024 Lok Sabha
मौलाना
election.
कादरी, there is evidence to show कि 1639 में औरंगजेब ने ये मंदिर को तोड़ा, उसके बाद अहिल्याबाई होलकर ने उसको रीबिल्ड किया, और ये जो ज्ञानवापी मस्जिद जो है वो टेम्पल के ऊपर आया था. ये तो हिस्टोरिकल फैक्ट है. कोई ये नहीं कह रहा कि हमें 300 साल पहले जाके हिस्ट्री को रिवाइज करना है या 500 साल पहले जाके हिस्ट्री को रिवाइज करना है. लेकिन क्या ये सच्चाई नहीं है कि some sections, by glorifying people like Tipu Sultan and Aurangzeb and others of the Mughal Empire, the section of society is actually not doing itself any favors. कि आपके लिए सबसे बड़ा डिसर्विस यही है कि आप टिपू सुल्तान को मनाना चाह रहे हैं या औरंगजेब को कुछ लोग मनाना चाह रहे हैं. Let's be very clear, some of them were invaders, they were plunderers. उनको ऐसे ही रिमेंबर करना चाहिए.
देखिए सर, जहां तक के औरंगजेब का सवाल है, तो आप औरंगजेब की जहां हिस्ट्री बयान कर रहे हैं कि वो मंदिरों को डेमोलिश किए, तो कई ऐसे भी मंदिर है जहां पर उन्होंने दान भी किया था. टीपू सुल्तान की जहां तक के बात है, तो टीपू सुल्तान तो हमारे अपने सबसे पहले फ्रीडम फाइटर है. उन्होंने अंग्रेजों के खिलाफ जंग की थी. ये भी चीजों को हमको रखना चाहिए, ये फैक्ट्स को भी हमको बयान करना है. रहा सवाल ज्ञान व्यापी की जो हिस्ट्री बोल रही है, तो मैं ये हिस्ट्री के बारे में ये कहना चाहता हूं कि हिस्ट्री के अगर फैसला करना है तो वो तो कोर्ट में होगा. हर पक्ष अपना अपना एविडेंस रखेगा, लेकिन जो एविडेंस होगा जिसको कोर्ट अप्रूव करेगा उसके हक में फैसला होगा. लेकिन वहां फिर बात यही आएगी कि वर्शिप एक्ट का आप क्या करेंगे, तो पहले तो उसको सॉल्व करना होगा.
वर्शिप एक्ट का आज बहुत क्लियरली कोर्ट ने बोल दिया कि वर्शिप एक्ट को किसी भी तरह वो उल्लंघन नहीं कर रहा है, ये जो सूट जो फाइल किया गया है.
नहीं सर, आप मुझे ये बतलाइए कि जहां पर पूजा होगी, जहां पर जो है जो भी हवन होगा, तो क्या वो ऑटोमेटिकली नेचर चेंज नहीं होगा क्या?
नहीं,
क्या
ये
बेसिस पे
अगर
फिर आप चेंज करेंगे?
आप बनारस गए हो और ये स्ट्रक्चर जो है इसे देखें आपने, तो आपको साफ साफ पता चल जाएगा कि काशी विश्वनाथ टेम्पल एक तरफ है और ये जो मस्जिद जो है उसके पीछे की तरफ है और बीच में दीवार भी है. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि जो मस्जिद है उसके अंदर जाके प्लेस ऑफ वर्शिप या नेचर ऑफ वर्शिप चेंज करने की कोशिश हो रही है. बट एनीवे, ओके कादरी साहब. हाँ जी कादरी साहब. Okay, we've lost that link. So we'll leave it at that. I want to wrap up this part of the discussion because it's fascinating, the legal premise on which the court has said that the plea is admissible and that the suit is maintainable and that Order 7, Rule 11, which the Muslim side lawyers were arguing, is being dismissed. Meanwhile,